Hello, Carmyn. Good afternoon. How are you today?
Hello, Paola. How are you?
Oh, very good. Thank you for being here today with me. Today I'm making an interview to Carmyn Santosha. She is in Australia and she is a modern mystic. She is the author of Healing the Planet from Within. And Carmyn is a shamanic healer, it's a Reiki master, an intuitive healer, and an emotion and body and an emotion code practitioner, and more. So thank you for being here. I'm really so happy of having you. Thank you, Carmyn.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having me. I am super excited to be here today. And we've worked together on a couple of different projects, and it's always such a delight. My heart just opens up big time when I'm working with you, Paola. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, so thank you. Always I like to chat with you, to talk with you, and today I'm so happy of being here with you again. And Carmyn, I want to ask you, tell us more about the offensive energies. Tell us how people can feel or be, or what they can do to be safe of these offensive energies. And at the same time, which type of tips you can give us? What type of tips you can give to people to raise the vibration?
Oh, wow. We've got a lot to talk about by the sounds of it. Okay. Energies. Well, I'm sure you're aware of, and many of you are watching the video as well, are aware of that our world is made of energy. Your physical body is made of energy. Your emotions and your thoughts are made of energy. And sometimes, when you're walking down the street and you're walking past, a graveyard, you can feel it's a heavier energy vibration. So sometimes when your energy is quite low, you might pick up something that's quite low. It can be a negative energy. There's many reasons why this might happen to you. And we can go on even as walking on sacred land, sacred country where you're not allowed to walk. The energy will come to you. They'll check you out. The ancestors of the land will check you out. They'll find out what your intentions are because they read your energy vibration. So the purest energy vibration is the best thing. And also to be consciously aware of your surroundings. Now, the best way to start doing that is to start being aware of your thought patterns. Your thought patterns really give you an indication about what's happening around you. So if you start thinking in a negative way, you start thinking you do have habitual thought patterns that go every day, and they're from your personal template and social constructs. But if there's a thought pattern that comes from outside of those norms, then you can start being on edge a little bit, thinking, okay, someone's trying to tap into me. The other way to be aware of this is their feelings and emotions, and to be super aware of your feelings and emotions on a daily basis. And that's where emotion code comes in handy. Hey, Paola, you start to become more resonant with your feelings and emotions, and you start to understand when there's a toxic one coming up. Now you can carry anything negative from a past lifetime. You can pick it up generational. It can be handed down to you from 35 or, many generations. And then you're carrying that in this lifetime. So you have that experience of feeling that heaviness, and you might feel stuck in everyday life. Your mindset is closed to new opportunities. Perhaps you're experiencing trauma bonding, relationship after relationship, or you're feeling stuck with abundance and you just can't open the doors to abundance. Perhaps you've got diseases and illnesses. There's so many, ailments and problems we can get when we have these experiences. You get the negative energy, but also the negative entities, the negatives, I think. And it really affects your life. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It's true. I mean, it's completely true what you are sharing about emotion code. And at least in my practice, being an emotion and a body code practitioner, what I have seen is that some people, they have offensive energies. And the people that have the offensive energies, I mean, there are like different types, but you know more than I, because you are an expert in this area. I have seen really, and that's the reason I wanted to do the interview. I have seen people, for example, with really chronic pain in the body, or with a chronic anxiety disorder, things that are really chronic, that even that you remove and you release and you go on in the imbalances, it's something deeper. It's something deeper, and it's like these lower vibrations. It's everything that is a very lower vibration. And yeah, so this topic is very interesting. Some people get so afraid, you know. I was very afraid of this some years ago, but then I have understand everything is energy, as you are saying. Like thoughts, we have positive thoughts and we have negative thoughts. And entities, offensive energy, it's negative energy. I mean, it's dark energy. We have the light and we have the darkness.
Yep. And the thing that makes it so complicated when you're working with the offensive energies is the level of depth that they can have. And that's where it gets really complicated, because they are a combination of accumulated negatives from many lifetimes, many hundreds of years, or even just, you know, it's not very often you get that heavy in one lifetime, but it is possible. And then you've got to really fine tune and look at all the different areas and complexities of that in order to be able to lighten it. And that's where it gets complicated. But that's the part that I love to do. And I just go into this trance state meditation and zoom in as if I'm there. And I talk to whatever's there. Like, I just find out what they're there for, the reason they're there. You know, perhaps you made a contract with a shaman for a, black magic curse or something, like 8 generations ago in the Philippines, for instance, and then you're carrying that into this lifetime and you have no idea why. But, I go and have a chat and say, well, what's this for, and then we get that lighting. But I do have to correct you, Paola. I'm not an expert. I'm only a beginner. And I must say there's, because I know what it's like to be that advanced, and it's quite an amazing skill. There's some shamans around the world and in the ancient cultures, and they are like mind-blowing amazing abilities. I would like to call myself white man shaman, because I'm just a baby, just a beginner in it.
And tell me, Carmyn, do you think that you can, check me in this session? Is that possible to do? And and to tone with my energy and to see if it's something it's important for me to remove?
Yeah, totally. I would love to do that for you. It's, it's so much fun for me to go in and have a look. So in this session, I'm just going to use muscle testing. I'm not going to go into a trance state because I don't do that on camera, obviously. It would be very boring for everybody to watch. Like, what you doing? But with your permission, may I tap into you?
Of course, you have my permission.
Yes, okay. Okay, so I'm just doing some muscle testing, and this is my favorite style of muscle testing. Not really muscle testing when you call about it. It's just, for me, it's like my, barometer to tap into it. So I'm just going to test. My name is Paola. My name is Paola. I'm working on behalf of Paola. Okay, so I've just tapped into your energies there, Paola. I am now you. My energetic vibrations is now you, so I can feel the energies that you're carrying. Not that in depth because I'm not that deep right now because we're on camera, but I can check. We're going to check now. Do you have any? I'm just going to go through a list of things and I'm going to test and see what's actually there, what you're carrying. Now, which country are you from, Paola?
Well, I am in Mexico City.
You're in Mexico City. And where's your generations from?
And well, I have born in Mexico City, but I mean, my ancestors, they are from Spain.
Spain. Okay. So we have Spain. How long ago from Spain?
Well, my grandfather, from my mom's side, he was from Spain. And from my dad's side, they were from Spain.
Okay. So a lot of Spanish. Okay. Cool. Now let's tap into here. From Spain. Okay. Is there any alien interference? No. Attachment? No. Is your heart in pieces? No. I think you fixed that part anyways, didn't you? So is there a contract? Yeah, there is a contract. We're going to find out who that contract's with. We just got goosebumps from head to toe. That's a big one. Okay, let me just check to see how many contracts you've got here. 1, 2. There's 2 contracts. I'm going to write this down as we go so I don't forget. Because once I go into the state, I don't forget. I don't remember what I said at the end of it going, what did I just say? Because there's so much layers of complexity in the energies I'm tapping into. Okay, so then looking at, do you have subtle energy technology? Yes, but that can be a positive or negative, so we can tap into that one. Okay, you have any cords? Yes, you have cords. And the SET. The SET, the subtle energy technology, is something I recently came across. And a lot of healers actually have this as a layer of protection around them. So, and because you're working in the industry and you're a healer, that you probably have this around you all the time, but it does tend to soak up the negative energy. So it depends on how well it's working. If it clears the energies for you, or if it's just kind of working, if it's at, you know, a certain maybe 30%, you know, of functioning, then it could be, you know, picking up the negative energies, but not clearing them entirely. So it's good to double check those little energy technologies and see what's happening. Do you have any implants? Yes, you've got implants. And again, I hit a big one. So we've got implants. Okay, so how many implants is there? 1, 2, only 1, but it's something there. Okay, is there any tentacles? What are you doing with tentacles? Okay, that's the let's explore what else we can find. Is there any vows? No. Okay, so just double checking. My name is Paola. My name is Jonathan. Yep, so it actually, and my testing is working. So stab. Have you got any swords or stabs, daggers? Yeah, you do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2. There's 3. I'm picking up that's from a past lifetime. That one. Those ones. Black magic curse. Oh, thank goodness you don't have that. Okay, and entities. There's no entities. Oh, that's interesting. Is there any claws? Programming spell. There is a spell, though. Slightly different version than the curses. Any feeders? Oh no, that's fantastic. Black sticky tar? No. Soul fragments? No. You have no soul fragments? Whoa, that is super cool.
Oh,
that means your soul. Yeah. if you have soul fragments, it basically means that your soul's in pieces, like some parts. And maybe we'll discover that as we're clearing the rest of the issues as well, that maybe it's there. So, but because that to me, as soon as you hit a soul fragment, to me, it's a bigger investigation on my part, because in order to retrieve souls, it's a big job. It's not something that can be done in one session. Well, like, you know, yeah, usually layers, because if you, the reason why you might not have your soul there is because there was a particular trauma. And I've run across a client recently that actually experienced a lot of past trauma this lifetime, and she didn't want to deal with it at all. So she's in total denial. So that part of her was actually outside the body. So when I was testing for entities and clearing the entities as we do, I could clear 4 out of the 5 entities, but this one was still standing there with her. And I'm thinking, well, what am I supposed to do? And then later on, after the session, it came to me that this is actually a soul fragment. Actually, in the session, she tested positive for a soul fragment. And then I realized, oh, it's not an entity. And that's why I've added to my list of testings that I've got to put a soul fragment there as well, because when you run across an entity, it could be something that actually is meant to be there, but not actually inside the body, not in the soul, because it carries a lot of, a lot of heavy energies and memories, and the person just doesn't want to feel it. So they're in total denial and will push it away, which is something very important for energy work and healing. I can only work with people who are not in denial. So if you're in denial about, recently, I saw someone on Facebook very quietly had said that I've just been diagnosed with cancer, but I'm not going to own it. It doesn't belong to me. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm not even going to acknowledge it or call it by name or anything. And I thought, well, you're the one who created it. Like, your energy vibrations, you create it for a reason. There's a life lesson here for you. And if you're going to be in denial and not even own up to it, then it's very difficult to shift that. So there's usually a mindset wall then, and you've got to do the mindset shift first. And then you can actually go more in depth with that. Then you can, go more in depth with that healing. So that's completely different level there. So, okay. So now we've got some things we can remove. So let's just see here. I'm actually going to tap into the cords because that's usually an easy one. Okay, so how many cords? You've got some cords from past relationships, past lovers. Yeah. Is it from tapping into also past lifetime? Okay, and okay, so that's it. I'm getting a visual of your past lifetimes. You had a lot of fun. I was like, woohoo! Okay, so let me just do some removal of, okay, how many cords are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we got 8. Yeah, 8 cords. You've got 8 cords. 8 cords, and I'm just going to see how many can we remove today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, there we go. So we can remove all 8 today. We don't need to look any further because it's I get a visual, I get an energetic vibration of what it's actually related to. So just going to be removing that now. Removing cord 1, removing cord 2, highest divine love and light. Removing cord 3, cord 4. Deepest gratitude to the God source, divine light energy. Cord 4, removing cord 5, removing cord 6. There's one in your lower chakra there that's connected. We're looking at the Muladhara chakra and your Svadhisthana chakra. Those two are actually holding a cord. So just removing this cord here, just very gently, the lower Muladhara one, number 5, removing number 5. Oh, that was a big one. Okay, and now number 6, your Svadhisthana chakra. Shifting number 6. This is also linked to Muladhara, but it feels a bit. Okay, and moving number 7. Moving number 7. Okay, and removing number 8. Okay, so I'm just going to double check here. Now, number 7 has got something else attached to it with the cords. Number 7, there was actually a bigger energy that was attached to number 7. It can reattach. So the idea now is so that I can actually go through and figure out why, what's happening there. This is probably where the contract was. It did release for me. However, I think it has rights, if you like, to attach back again. So just double checking here. So cord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are gone. All of those are gone. Confirmation. 8 chords are gone. Confirmation. Yes. Okay. Confirmation is gone. Is there any residual effects there from number 7? Yeah. Number 7. Big energy. Yeah. Okay. So number 7. We just named it number 7. It just happens this way. So number 7 is there's a bigger energy there, just releasing. Let's see if there's a contract. Number 7. It's a contract from a past lifetime. I'm feeling there's another thing. Is there an entity behind this number 7? Yes, but it's not resonating as an entity as such. I can't name it as an entity, but it's got another name to it.
Okay.
But it's not on my list as name, so they're going to say entity. Yeah, sure, call it an entity. I'm sure you understand this garble, but thankfully you understand. Okay, so remove the contract in relation to this one. Yeah, apparently you are done the lessons and the contract can be finished without any hassle. So that's nice. So they're removing the contract from number 7 cord and the entity attachment, removing the contract. Okay, contract removed. Yay, I'm feeling better now. This is so much lighter. Okay, now the entity, is it still there? Okay, can we remove the entity now? Can't remove the entity. It's not allowed to tap into your energy source anymore. Okay, so removing the entity. Yeah, my hair gets a bit messy when I'm doing this kind of work. Okay. Now the entity is gone. Yes, entity will no longer return. This is a non-return entity. No longer tapping into the source. The contract is gone. You do not have free will. You do not have permission to tap in anymore. This is the end. Okay, so now getting rid of this final cord. Yes, we can do that. Yes, okay. Getting rid of this final cord. There we go. Felt the release. Okay. So the cord is gone now. All 7, 8 cords are gone. Yes. Entity's gone. No returns. Contract's finished. Contract's gone. Okay. And there's another contract too. I want to get rid of that contract. What's it related to? Not picking it up yet. Okay. So there we go.
Wow. 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 And tell me, in your experience from people that you work with, I mean, it's normal that you find that we have a lot of cords, that you find that we have a lot of, I mean, offensive, dark energy from these and from other past lives?
It depends on each individual. I mean, some people like to collect a lot of shoes. Some people only have 2 pairs of shoes. So I think it's the same with offensive energies. You know, everybody's different. I have found that the people who are into spiritual development and personal development, they are carrying less because a lot of it has already been cleared. So that's a huge motivator for anyone who's watching today. Get involved in personal development, spiritual development, start meditating, do, energy practices as much as you can, because you are actually doing the work. I can see it from my side. You are raising your level of vibration, and the offensive energies do clear when you're doing this. And those are the people that they just go through it like this. And sometimes, like yourself, I was very psychic in tune. You're sort of feeling that you're an empath. You can feel, you can tap into it, and it's so much easier. So everyone has different. It depends how many lifetimes you've lived. It depends on how much junk comes from your generational heritage, as well as, what you've experienced this lifetime. Like if you were born in a narcissistic family, you're probably carrying heavy stuff, generational curses even. It could be anything. Now, ancient indigenous cultures actually are very consciously aware of this. And it's something that is normal everyday life for them. But it's starting to, these practices are more hidden around the world at the moment. But, because the energy vibrations are changing around the planet and we are raising energies, more and more people are becoming aware of this. Our world is made of energy. Your physical body is made of energy. Your emotions, your thoughts are made of energy. And in order to raise your vibration, you step into this energy work. You do personal development. So personal development involves looking at your thought patterns, looking at your emotion patterns, identifying any negative core belief. You're really diving into this and looking at your personal template that you have, that you were born into as a child. You have this personal template for living, and you look at it like a private investigator. You just look at it and say, what are my patterns this lifetime? And then when you start to look at the patterns, you can start to see where you're feeling stuck. You can actually start seeing this, oh yeah, this pattern, this belief system that my parents gave me, it's actually sabotaging me from creating abundance, creating a successful business. And when you do that shift and you choose a positive and more uplifting core belief, it steers your life in a direction you want it to go. Now, doing this kind of work, when you're releasing the negative, really heavy, stuck energies, it just opens up your mindset. It opens up your energies to receiving so many other things, so you no longer feel stuck. So I often say, like for me, I help people who feel stuck in life. But it's difficult to describe how I'm doing this. So it's really great to be on the call and being able to share this. So I'm very grateful, Paola. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. And what you are saying, I mean, it's very important. People feeling stuck. I mean, for me, feeling stuck, for me, it's a low vibration. And talking about abundance, I mean, like money, always I explain to people, if you want to manifest money, if you want to attract money, but you feel stuck, the vibration of money is here and your vibration is down here. You need to raise the vibration, your vibration of feeling stuck, to match the vibration of money. Because for me, the vibration of money is joy, is peace at the same time, is relief. I mean, relief for me is and it doesn't matter if the person receives like 1 penny or $1,000. What matters is the vibration, because we need to match the vibration. So feeling stuck, feeling powerless, unworthy, etc., etc.
Low vibration.
Exactly. And as I explained, sometimes people say, yes, I'm stuck, and what I can do? It's emotional baggage, and they need to deal with the emotional baggage. But at the same time, it can be exactly the type of work that you have done on me today. Is this dark energy, these offensive energies, this energy that we have from past lives, from the ancestors that we don't know.
And they just sit there. And even if I know I've heard so many stories of people doing emotional clearing, they're doing positive thinking, but they're still unable to shift the energy. And that's because you're stuck, and you're stuck in these offensive energies. And that's definitely where I would look. If you're really, really stuck, I just zone right into that. Like, this is where it is. So when clients come to me for, anything, if they're feeling a bit stuck in life or something, we usually look at emotions first. And, within the first session, I can start to see the other baggages that they're carrying. So emotions and the thoughts, that's where you begin. If you're watching this video and you're feeling really inspired to just jump on board this high vibe mission in life, this high vibe thing, you start looking at your thoughts and your emotions, and you just observe them. So, yeah.
Exactly. And tell me something, Carmyn. With the other stuff that you found today that I have, how many sessions I will must work with you so you can remove everything that you found in me today?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm just going to test on that one because I find it much easier to test because I get a clear answer. Mm-hmm. Okay. So just making sure that I am Paola. I'm asking on behalf of 𝗵𝘀 for this. Would Paola benefit from working with Carmyn Santosha? Yep. Okay. That's nice. My name is Jonathan. No. Okay. That's definitely working. How many sessions would Paola need to release the negatives? Goosebumps all the way down my legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, because it doesn't resonate as a 5. So 4 sessions.
Okay. So now I don't have energetic cords. I don't have cords. And you know something? Always, that's the reason I say, it's important to work with someone that knows very good the type of work that they are doing. Why? Because I have worked with myself with my own course, but I know that many times when we work as healers in ourselves, it's like a 15% or a 10%, or sometimes it's a 20% that we don't find. And that's the reason that always is important to work with a healer you trust, to work with that percent. And I have removed a lot of cords. And then, thanks God, you found these cords today.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan. I also work with other people as well on other levels, I've got a business coach I'm working with, but I'm also working with body code, emotion code, and I'm just diving into, because it does make a difference. It makes the shift. And I'm also working on myself on other layers, but I'm also working with my clients. So sometimes it's like, oh, I just want a session for me. It's really, and it makes a big difference, doesn't it? No matter what you're going through, you can get unstuck, reach out and get some help. It's really such a big shift when you're doing that. So yeah.
Yeah. And tell us, Carmen, where people can contact you, because I'm sure that a lot of people will want to contact you. So where they can contact you.
Yeah, and come in contact with me because you're feeling this resonance. You really need my help. HealingThePlanetFromWithin.com is my website. On my website, I have a booking calendar, so you can just go and book in your booking calendar straight away. That's HealingThePlanetFromWithin.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Healing the Planet From Within, and YouTube, Healing the Planet From Within. So you can go to all three of those, and just book in, have a session with me.
Do it. I mean, she is great. Down this video, I'm going to share also where people can contact you. I'm going to share, so it's going to be, let's make it easy for them, and they will know where they can contact you to book like a session with you.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Carmyn, thank you so much for today's session. Thank you so much that you have accepted this interview. Thank you so much for everything you have shared with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paola. I really love working with you. I really love doing this session and demonstrating and just getting it out to people that I can help in this area. And it's just so much fun. I just love it. I really love it. And it's always such a blessing working with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Deepest gratitude.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day in Australia, Carmyn.
Thank you, Paola. Thank you. And you too in Mexico City.
Thank you. Namaste. Goodbye.
Bye.